right, we're live.
Jillian Pinero will lead off for the Lady Gators, and the first pitch is a brisk Sunday morning. Very beautiful on the day first. This first game.
Yeah, good morning, Dave. Hopefully, very first time setting up with the play-by-play. Pretty excited about it.
Nancy Grabio's next offering is a strike. And a count of 1 ball and 1 strike. Yeah, it's warmed up a little bit since earlier this morning.
Yeah, we were in the 40s, I think in the wind chill, brought it into the 30s. So happy to be in the sun, not so bad. In the shade, pretty chilly.
We're in the top of the first inning, 1 ball, 2 strikes. The leadoff batter, Jillian Pinero. And the 1-2 pitch. Oh, strike 3.
Ainsley coming on strong right off the bat, taking out the first hit batter.
She made quick work of that, and very accurate, and that's a great Shea Towns. Early start this morning, 9:25 for the first game.
Oh, now we're on.
First up is strike, so good velocity in her pitcher so far, Dave.
Yeah, and finding the accuracy. Anytime you can come and start game with strikes right off the bat, leading strikes than balls, it was a good day. Wow, another one.
So out of 6 pitches, she's had 5 called strikes.
That's what you want to do.
Whether or not can the batters catch up to the pitches, and that's the key thing here. 1-2
Oh, this is a good hit.
to right field. For out number 2.
Solid gameplay so far by the Lightning. 2 batters up, 2 batters down.
And now we'll bring up Madeline Corner. 2 outs here in the top of the first inning.
Lady Gators looking to get something going.
First ball, actually it's her second ball. First inning. We're on the plate, and again, that's the key thing, of course, with pitchers, especially early on to establishing that strike zone. Makes it easier for the umpire as well. And the 1-0 is low for ball 2.
It's coming in just a little below the strike zone.
2 balls, no strikes, so Madeline Corner.
Madeline not chasing the low ball today.
And the 2-0 offering is low on time for ball 3.
Yeah, batters count here, 3-0.
With 2 outs, she has a green light. Early on in the ball game, they may also try to get a runner on the board. And 3-0 is inside ball 4.
It's a live ball. Gotta watch that runner.
First base runner of the game.
Next up, Bailey Nixon coming to the plate. Bailey Nixon is the Lady Gators catcher.
Bailey, play it first. Come on, Bailey!
So 2 outs, runner at first base.
Yep, she's going.
This should be an easy steal. She flies to the second base.
That's it.
A bit late, and very quickly the Lady Gators get a runner in scoring position with 2 outs. Nancy Grabio started off in the strike zone. A little control issue the last couple of pitches. And the 1-0 is outside for ball 2.
Could be that weather. The longer you're out there, hand gets cold. Can affect your control a little bit.
2 balls and no strikes. Madeline Horner walked and then stole second base. And the 2-0 pitch is inside for ball 3. Pitch the cleanup batter Bailey Nixon is called strike 1. Just a slight breeze blowing from right to left. That's the way it's factored in this morning. Racing set, and the 3-1 pitch is called strike 2. She runs the count full at 3-2. Really a nice day for softball here in West Palm Beach, and the pitch is hit off the pitcher's glove, shortstop's glove, and they'll send the runner home. They touch 3 different gloves. One off Radio's glove, one off the shortstop's glove, one off the second baseman's glove, and the run is in for the Lady Gators on a base hit.
It looks like we have a pinch runner. Courtesy for the catcher with 2 outs. I believe that was number 7 that went to go run in for Bailey Nixon. Who would have been the last reported out.
That's Madeline Corner. So it should have been out number 3, Dave. No question about that.
Yeah.
Whenever look, she's a bit tentative going for the ball.
Oh, going again on
steal. Yep. It looks like they'll be able to run. Oh, this is going to go into center field.
Oh, she's going to 3.
Stolen base and an error. Moving the runner into scoring position at third base, but at present it looks like the Lady Gators' intent will be to take an extra base or steal as often as they possibly can.
Yeah, writing's on the wall there. They make it to first, they're going to second on that next pitch.
Next pitch is up high.
Playing aggressive.
Real Cardoso is the batter. 2 outs here in the top half of the first inning. And a 1-0 lead for the Gators. And this pitch is swung on and nearly took out the first base coach, but it's found on right field line.
Got to stay awake when you're coaching those bases. You never know when that ball's coming to you.
Way ahead, 5.
Down to 2 balls, 1 strike. 1 run in here in the top of the first inning. Good set, so delivers, and the pitch is down to shortstop. And throw across the diamond in time to get out number 3. So in the inning, 1 run on 1 hit. There was 1 error and 1 runner left on. After half an inning, it's 1-0 Lady Gators. Dave, now your team, of course, the Jupiter Lightning, your daughter plays on the team, and you've followed her for quite a while, and they've advanced. I mean, what year did she start playing?
So Haley started playing in 8U. Transferring over, she played when she was, I want to say, gosh, maybe 5. She tried her hand at baseball and got her playing some t-ball. Maybe planted a little seed, and then a couple seasons after watching her brother play, decided that she wanted to get onto the diamond as well. Had the option of going to baseball or softball, and decided she wanted to play some softball. And here she is, several seasons later, playing with the Lightning, having a blast, loving her softball life.
It was a bit unfortunate there on the top of the first inning because it looked like the Jupiter Lightning would get out of the inning unscathed, and a couple of miscues.
A couple of miscues is all it takes. Leave any plays on the dirt, and they'll come back to haunt you.
I know those watching broadcast here with the 70-minute rule. which I was unaware of until you informed me of this. So.
Well, each tournament actually kind of sets their own rules of how they want to run it. This one, the Clayzinga Tournament, hosted by the USSSA organization, decided this particular tournament being just one-day tournament. So you've got 2 seeding games, this being the first of 2, followed by then single elimination gameplay. They decided to best facilitate that, do 70-minute games and finish the inning. So if we are with the visitor still up, home team still gets a chance to bat even if time expires if they're behind. So it looks like the pitcher, Ainsley, is going to be leading off for the Lightning.
Is on the mound for the Lady Gators. She's in the indication during the warm-up. She was high on most of her warm-up passes. We'll see how it goes. So we're at the bottom of the first inning. No outs.
Started off with a ball there.
The Graybeal pitcher leads off. Ball 1. Feels like it's warming up just a little bit here as we sit here.
Yeah.
Pitch is hit up the middle. That'll be a base hit in the center field. A leadoff single for Ainsley Graybeal.
It's the way you want to start. Ainsley having a great game so far as the starting off, striking out the 2 batters. And even those hits, that run wasn't necessarily her fault. So then we're coming to bat. Getting on base, lead things off. Love it. Lightning looking good.
Solano will be the
Ainsley going.
Late break, and she would have been out had it not been for a poor throw there because she got a real slow break off the first base. But nonetheless, it's still a base for Graybeal. And just like that,
Both teams seem to be aggressive on the base paths.
1 ball, no strikes in the home half of the first inning. And the next offering is up high for ball 2. I mentioned that during the warm-ups, Ortho was a bit high on a lot of the passes, so this can benefit the Lightning here.
As they try to get back into this ball game. Not too far behind, obviously. A lot of games still to be played.
2-0, and Solano will bunt at that. Most likely would have been ball 3 as it was up high and away.
Yeah.
2 balls and 1 strike. Ortho set to go. Lions and delivers, and pitches swung on and missed.
No strike three. Oh, didn't see that one either.
Those 2 that she missed, the bunt attempt and that one strike, are definitely out of the strike zone.
Yeah. Unified, the Lightning team always wants to go down swinging, literally. They're going to take an out. They're going to look for that hit.
Avalo Fitzgerald batting 3rd here this morning. Lady Gators leading it here in the bottom of the first by a score of 1-0. And the pitch is swung on and over shortstop into the field.
Looks like you got the time.
Will send the runner home and she'll slide in safely and then down to second is Avalo. So it's a base hit and an RBI for Fitzgerald. And that ties the game up to 2.
Looks like we've got an exciting, action-packed game here. Coming up to bat now, Haley Hirsch.
An RBI single, the throw to the plate was late, and Fitzgerald took full advantage of that, and now Haley Hirsch will bat with 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning, and the first pitch is low for ball 1. Good contact in that bat by Fitzgerald. Also very third base running as she took second base on the throw home. Next pitch was swung on the shell. Down the key to the catcher, so leaving the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. From the bottom of the first inning, the score tied at 1. Ortho's next pitch is changeup. Misses inside, and the count is 2 balls and 1 strike.
trying to throw off the timing, but just couldn't get the ball all the way to the plate.
Sawyer Clemens.
Fell out of soccer. Yeah, so they had their
2-1 pitch is now back to the screen, and that's going to lead it down to 2 balls and 2 strikes. We're in the bottom of the first inning, your score is tied at 1. Pablo Fitzgerald's RBI single, and then subsequently second base on the third at home. Season scoring position with 1 out here.
the ball blast.
Count 2 balls and 2 strikes. It's got to be 2 pitches away.
Right it back.
Gilly taking the count full.
I think just some further observations is the patience at the plate will be important for the Jupiter Lightning today because Roto is a little bit high on many of her passes. This is it down to shortstop. Throw across the diamond will be in time to get hurt. Hazelwood does not advance because the ball is hit to the left side of the infield.
Lost opportunity there. So we're down to 2 outs now, and runner on 2.
2 outs. Avila still is at second base. Cormac will be the batter. We're tied at 1 here in the bottom of the first inning. And the pitch is out of play down the left field.
Nice idea.
No balls, 1 strike. Roto with the delivery. Change up, and swing on a miss. So it goes to the backstop, and that will move Fitzgerald over to third base. So she'll be there. 2 outs and 2 strikes. And out in front of that one. Again, patience, a virtue here today.
See if the
0-2 pitch is outside.
that one looked pretty close from the side. We'll take it. Lightning will be happy to have that call the ball.
Better protect with 2 strikes at first. Infield at their average depth, and the 1-2 pitch is swung on and bumped into short center field. This should be out number 3, and it is. So pump fly for out number 3, but in the inning, the Cooper Lightning tied the game up. 1 run on 1 hit. There were no errors and 1 run left on base. So after 1 inning, score is tied at 1. Bobby, 42 degrees, so it'll just check the weather here.
Is that where we're at?
That's warmed up to 36 earlier this morning. For those that are watching, maybe you can talk a little bit about how you operate the camera, because that's quite interesting.
Yeah, believe it or not, everything that you see as far as this live feed is coming off of just 1 camera. We can stay with this wide shot, or we can go ahead and zoom right in, watch some of the action right there at home plate, pitcher working, and then we want to catch some of the action across the infield. We can go either this shot catching first and second, this one with our pitcher at second base, a little bit of center field, and over on the left side of the field. Got some of that too. Scaly with the throwdown. All right, it looks like we're ready to start the second inning.
We are indeed, and pitcher El Roto will lead off for the Lady Gators. We're tied at 1 here in the top of the second inning. First of 3 big games today.
We have a change of catcher. Reese Kennerson catching the first inning. We got Haley Hirsch now catching the second inning.
The first pitch is swung on and hit foul to the right field line. I thought he would be chased there, but
Yeah.
One difficulty I mentioned today to broadcast these games is getting the pitcher players, because as you just mentioned, changing pitcher after just one inning, you move around a lot. You're sitting behind home plate, not up in the press box where you have a different view. No balls, one strike, and the pitchers are changed to ball one.
Little outside there.
These pitchers have pretty decent fastballs, but also like to go off speed quite a bit. 1-1. Here's a called strike in the outside corner.
Stay right there, Bob.
The Gray Beal started in the second inning like she started the ball game off, Dave, with some good accuracy here.
Yeah, working the zone, throwing the changeup to make sure that they don't get that timing.
1-2 pitches, stretch foul on the third base side. The current innings at 1-2. They're tied at 1 here in the top of the second inning. And the Lady Gators and Jupiter Lightning. And what is turning out to be a very nice Sunday. I had my doubts early this morning, but there's a little off-speed pitch that's way outside, and that'll even the count at 2-2.
I've never done it.
2 balls, 2 strikes, and pitch from Gray Beal is hit down into the hole between short and third for a base hit to lead off the second inning here.
It's a nice hit, finding that gap to get on base. As the lead batter in the inning, that's what you want to do. Put the pressure on the team, get yourself on base, and hopefully find your way home through the inning.
Ayo Ozendez will step to the plate for the Lady Gators, and the first pitch is a strike, and heading down to second base and getting there easily to third base is Roto. I mentioned that both teams will have the penchant for running today.
Yeah, neither team is holding back. No respect for the catchers in this game.
And the pitch is fouled off. The ball and a strike here. With the runner at second base, no outs. Top of the second inning. And the pitch is swung on and missed the field on third base. Really hurts, but he throws out Corrado at third base.
It's close. Nice play. I guess they heard the no respect for the catcher and decided to change that story. The batter go down on that one? You have a new batter, yes. So that was actually almost like 2 outs. And no one on.
And the first pitch to Cesaria Joseph is inside for ball 1. So leadoff single, a stolen base, and then caught stealing at third base on a swinging strike 3. The one both pitches up high for ball 2.
Casaria just joined the Lady Gators, so she's new to this team. Transferred, I don't recall what her last team was, but she just transferred onto this team.
And the shot to short throw across is in time for out number 3. So it looked like it could be a troublesome inning. Turned out to be a good finish for the Jupiter Lightning, as there was 1 hit in the inning, no runs, and no runners left on base. We played 1.5 here, and it's still tied at 1 apiece.
So a better way to conclude the inning than the first inning when they got those quick 2 outs and couldn't find that third until the run scored. This time, they put them down 1-2-3. Well, no, almost. They did get that first lead runner on, but the catchers, hearing my play-by-play, deciding to go ahead and get that out at 3.
I think the difficult part, looking at the distance and the throw, the fact that the runner really has an advantage on first base, because as soon as the pitcher starts into the lineup, that's an advantage. You have to have someone really a quick release and really a gun for them. I think the front runners and second base on a regular basis. To throw them out at third, not as difficult depending on the break.
Absolutely. And plus, you want to get a quick delivery from your pitcher if they're making that break for two. Because if you got a changeup coming in on you, there's not a chance you're going to get that ball in time to turn it around and throw it all the way down. With just 60-foot base paths, a much quicker game. Able to get from base to base a lot quicker, but as we saw in that last inning, doesn't mean it's always a given.
And Addison Hill will lead off here for the Jupiter Lightning. It's one half of inning number 2.
Addison is the head coach's daughter. Solid gameplay.
Lady Gators have 2 hits, both singles. The Lightning with a base hit in the first inning. And the first inning right center field, and then a lead-off base hit. So first pitch swinging for the first time today. And that'll bring up Reese Henderson. Good contact. Nobody was playing at the infield outfield. Fairly shallow. Runner at first, no outs, bottom of second. And she will take off and throws way offline to the shortstop, so an easy stolen base for Hell. Pitchers, as I mentioned a few moments ago, need to be able to really throw the ball accurately. That's been the case. He's not going second base so far early in this contest.
Sure will be
a 1-0 pitch.
Sure will be a lot more conservative on stealing third.
Yes. But it's something like a pass ball or like you said. Let's go receive.
Absolutely. You know, that throw is hard for the catcher, the right-handed batter in the box.
Addison held at second, a leadoff single and a stolen base. Kuroko is ready, but Kennison stepped out of the box. We're now back in and ready to go. And the 1-1 pitcher is a footer high for ball 2. I mentioned back in the first inning, Dave, that patience is really important today for the Jupiter Lightning. Don't make swings on bad pitches. Be patient, make or throw strikes. The 1-2-1 pitch is the ball outside. So 3 and 1 quickly here. And Toretto 1 pitch away from getting into a bit of a jam here early in the second inning. 3 balls, 1 strike, and the pitch is swung on the strike. This is strike again. It's swung on the line. Well, anyway, swinging strike. The ball that was out of the strike zone. So number 1. Well, the problem is the umpire is not always motioning.
It's a little bit of a challenge. The umpire could make it a little bit more obvious.
First pitch.
Trying that changeup.
Copeland, the batter for the Lightning. I see you all the time. Runner at second is Addison Hill. 1 out in the bottom of the second inning. And the 1-0 pitch from Broker is swung and a miss.
Hey, don't worry.
It seems thus far, though, Dave, that the Lightning are swinging at the pitchers that are out of the strike zone.
Again, it's that aggressiveness at the bat, which sometimes pays off, as you saw from Addie taking that very first pitch out to center field.
1-1.
Batter's gonna have to protect the plate now.
Hey, nothing changed.
1 ball and 2 strikes.
Only takes 1 though.
And Proto's pitch. Ooh.
Yeah, he gets it out.
That rolls past the pitcher and going down to third base is Hell. That was what I called a crawler, Dave. It really came off low, just outside the pitcher's circle. And low level.
Hey, let's go 9-9. That's your run.
Yeah, I guess it just got away from her.
2 balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch is popped to the short right field, and it was caught by the second baseman for out number 2.
Definitely a battle of the bats here as both teams swinging. A lot of the ball is just flying high, popping up. Just a matter if your outfielder's in the right position to grab it or not.
Another thing to look at Hansberger. They tied at 1 here in the bottom of the second inning. Madison Hill had a leadoff single on the first pitch of the inning. Advanced to third, and the pitch is outside for a ball. Stole second, went to third on a pass ball. Walks into the delivery, and the 1-1 pitch is way up high for ball 2. Totally basic would be nice here.
I mean, I wasn't done, but I was like,
Time called by the Lady Gators.
Meeting at the mound. Not sure what this is about. With 2 outs and looking to close out the inning without letting that run get across. Gators working hard.
We're set to go again, and the pitch is ball 4 outside. So as Hansberger walked and then just continued on to second base. If he would have gotten in a rundown, at least a run could have scored, but he just kept running and was thrown out easily. So we played 2 innings here, 13 with 1 run on 2 hits, and that's where we stand heading into the top half of the 3rd inning.
I mean, that can be a good play with just 1 out, but with 2 outs, that you sacrifice being in a great position with runners on first and third. You wait till that next pitch, and that's when you take 2. Otherwise, it's just a gimme right there to close out the inning.
They really ran themselves out of the inning, as you say, Dave, and that's unfortunate because even if you've taken a walk and then attempted to steal at second base, anything can happen there. An errant throw could lead to a run coming in, but again, unfortunately, the people Lightning take themselves out of that bottom half of the second inning. It showed some promise there, getting a runner as far as third base. So we're already into the top of the 3rd inning. Each team with 2 hits. Bunch of stolen bases on both sides, and 1 error on both sides as well.
Seeing a pattern here. Reese Henderson, who caught the first inning, is back in for the 3rd inning.
What's the strategy behind that? In a way, it seems like you want consistency behind the plate as well. It might help your pitcher out a little bit.
Both catchers are pretty solid catchers. They don't let much get past them. I guess the idea is knowing that if you're going to go the distance, you're playing 5 games all in one day. You want to keep your catcher fresh. Right. So it gives them a rest. A tight game. Kind of knew going into it would be. Both teams have played last season to tight games, with the Gators always coming out ahead. Lightning looking to try to change that this season in this very first tournament of the season.
And Fatima Alonso will lead off here in the top of the 3rd inning. Left-handed batter. The first pitch is a low, ball 1.
So Fati actually wound up going out of the season early last season from a injury.
Again is fouled off out of play. And they kind of leave it at 1 ball and 1 strike.
So I'm sure Fati's happy to be back into That's right, against
2-2 pitch.
TC.
Stops down first base. Would have been better to let the second baseman pitch it. Play towards first base, but it goes an infield single. Riley Strickland. And the Lady Gators are back in business here.
1-3-1.
With one out.
I have a feeling that runner's going to be going to 2. What do you think, Dave?
I think she'll be leading on the first pitch here. Shayla Peterson will be the batter. And this one is popped up, right side, and just off the top of the dugout. The Jupiter Lightning. 4-strike corner. It didn't appear that Strickland was ready to run on that first pitch.
Yeah. Unless she just read that pop fly right off the bat.
Grayball's next pitch is a called strike, so it's only 2.
Change to the game I was not expecting. The base runner staying on 1.
So no balls and 2 strikes. Graybill close her upper once again. And the 0-2 offering is outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the top of the 3rd inning. Score tied at 1. And Graybill's 1-2 pitch is called strike 3. And Shayla Peterson goes down looking for out number 2.
That's just what the Lightning needed. With pressure, base runner on.
And that'll bring up Jillian Pinero. So you would think with 2 outs, you try and get that runner over to second on the steal to get her into scoring position.
Absolutely. If anything, you really want to try to free up that first base in case you get deep in the count and you would drop 3rd.
There
she goes.
Delayed reaction to third on the second base, and it's another stolen base for the Lady Gators.
So with 2 outs, you have a runner in scoring position now. Try to break this tie.
Henderson looked like she just wasn't expecting the base runner to steal the base after a couple pitches where there was no action. So 1 ball, no strikes, and the next pitch is a swinging strike. And that evens at 1-1. Riley Strickland, second base, with a single and a stolen base. 2 outs here, and a count of 1 ball, 1 strike. Outside for ball 2-1.
Like Graybill tried to work that outside corner, just couldn't get the call.
Graybill ready to work. 2-1 pitch. Strike 2. And that seems like a good spot for her, just a little bit high into the outside. Instead of having any swings on those pitches, they've been called strikes. So. Riley Strickland, the runner at second, with 2 outs here in the top of the 3rd inning. And a count of 2 balls and 2 strikes, and the pitch is swung on and fouled out of play off to the right side.
Hey, way to battle, 5. 5-2. Protect it, Julian. Come on, protect it. Attack the ball, girls. Attack it. Good enough.
Graybill set the work once again. And the 2-2 pitch is swung on, hit down to second base. An easy toss over to first for out number 3. And the Lady Gators are retired in the inning. 1 run. Sorry, no runs on 1 hit. No errors, 1 run left off. We played 2.5, and the score remains 1-1. pitchers are around the plate. Players are aggressive swinging, stolen bases.
Yeah, there's no shortage of action. Every single team has gotten runners on, as far as I can recall. So there's always been pressure on both teams. Keep those runs from scoring as best as they can, which has led to such a tight game of 1-1.
Lady Gators have had hits in each of the first 3 innings. Lightning got 13 hits back in the first inning. On the mound for the Lady Gators. With the bottom half of the third inning.
Looks like we'd have Cody Spring leading off this inning.
How many left-handers?
Which is, I believe that this is the Lightning's only left-handers.
One on each team. Right on the north side.
There you go. This will be the Lightning's left-hander, said Cody Spring, number 4.
Cody Spring will step in box to face Alpharetta. Here, home half of the third inning. And score tied at 1. One run, 3 hits, and the air for the Lady Gators. 1 run, 2 hits, and the air for the Jupiter Lightning. And here we go. The first pitch swinging, hit down short. Fouled, and that'll be an error on the shortstop, and the lead runner aboard.
Look at this.
For the
They
Lightning.
just asked me so I checked.
Just got a score update. The next team that the Lightning will be facing, TCAA, up 4-3 in the Royal Palm Beach Rebellion. So they're looking to start their season with a win.
Listen.
Cody Spring, the runner at first.
I thought I was going to interrupt something. What's up, buddy? Good to see you.
Doing way better idea. Right now.
They go first with the batter bunts, attempts to bunt, and Nicky Rowe with strike 1.
You'll have to check it out later.
Oh, awesome.
He looked to advance the runner, but missed the bunt attempt. And the pitch is thrown to the backstop. And that'll be a wild pitch and allow Spring to go down to second base and get into scoring position. That was a floater that just kept floating, Dave.
It just got away and went down that first base line.
Did you know what's happening?
1 ball, 1 strike now. Is outside for ball 2. This is similar to what happened in the second inning where the Lightning see that they're getting some momentum and kind of ran themselves out of it. Let's see how they do here. They have 2 balls and 1 strike. And the pitch is popped down the third base line and caught by the shortstop for out number 1. So a pop out. Away.
Looks like the Lightning back at the top of their order. Ainsley Graybill coming back up to bat.
With 1 out and a runner at second, Ainsley Graybill is the batter, and the first pitch is way up high for ball 1. Cody Spring got on lead off the inning, an error by the shortstop. With the second on a wild pitch, and there she stands with 1 out here, and a 1-0 pitch is off speed and low for ball 2.
Like you said, I think the key for the Lightning is to be patient. Be patient. Wait for a really good pitch.
Cameron Solano waits on deck with 1 one out here in the bottom of the third inning, and the 2-0 offering is up high for ball 3.
I gotta come to you now.
Spring right off, getting on the air. Horswig popped out to the third baseman, and now with a 3-0 pitch outside for ball 4.
Patience, patience, patience. You called it early.
Calls a walk. Runners at first and second here, with one out in the bottom of the third inning. This is where patience really can pay off. If you want to walk and load up the bases, it creates a better opportunity to score, but also puts more pressure on the pitcher. So the first pitch is hit down to shortstop. The throw to third is in time for out number 2. Well, that play seemed to be developing in slow motion, and now Graybill's run itself out of the inning. So another error, Dave, by the runners on the base pass, or the Jupiter Lightning, as a throw down to third just beat the runner. That was Cody Spring, and then Graybill felt compelled just to continue running around, and she was thrown out easily at third base. So what looked like a promising inning just a moment ago is all but not, and we conclude the third inning with no runs, no hits, one error, and one runner left on board. And after 3 innings, we're still tied at 1.
I think the comment about patience should not only apply at the home plate, but all the bases.
That's 2 innings in a row that they've run themselves right out of the inning, unfortunately. Because even in that situation, you still would have had runners at first and second with 2 outs, and instead you got 2 easy outs at third base.
And we've seen a fair amount of passed balls, so there might have been an opportunity had you just waited. I mean, it's all woulda, coulda, shoulda, obviously, but the coach has got to be seeing a pattern here that maybe if we just hold back just a little bit. But again, in close games, maybe you want to get that runner over on the third, hoping to knock him in.
Really Hurst will be back behind the plate. Head share the top of the 4th inning. First game for us today, the Lady Gators and Jupiter Lightning tied at 1. The Gators with 1 run on 3 hits, the Lightning with 1 run on 2 hits. But again, those base running errors really the difference in the game right now.
Only about 20 minutes left in the ball game. 20 minutes left in a tight one.
And then Cody Spring been running on the pitch, she would have easily beaten the throw to third base, but it looked like she also got a late break. She was thrown out in kind of a bang-bang play. I think Graybill just continued around second, and the ball was already on the left part of the infield and was easily thrown out. All right, well, here we go. Top of the 4th inning. In a 1-1 ball game. And Shay Towns will be up. She flew out to short left field her first time up. And the first pitch will be able to knock down to ball 1.
Really trying to help the pitcher, framing that, trying to bring that in. Just a little too far outside. That was called strike.
Pitch is strike once again. And she could have had a called strikes in this game for Graybill.
She definitely seems dialed in right from the beginning of the game.
1-1 pitch. And called strike 2. And called strike 3 to the outside corner. So quick work there, and it quickly went away.
Got it right there, just watching it.
So
looking like she doesn't want to settle for a walk this time around. Wants to make some contact.
0-1 pitch, bounces. Plate keeper count 1 ball, 1 strike.
Already out there. Did you pick, buddy?
Pitcher's outside, so that's 2-1. One out, top of the 4th inning. As they mentioned, time constraints are a factor. And the next pitch is a called strike on the outside corner. Teams to count 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Two.
2-2 pitch is popped up on the infield. And an easy play at first base.
Cody Sprague making that catch, getting right under that ball and watching all the way into the glove. Just what you're supposed to do.
Madeline Horner pops up to first base for out number 2. And that will bring up Bailey Nixon, the catcher. She scored a lone run back on the first inning for the Lady Gators. On the 2 outs, the first offering is inside and catches the inside corner for strike 1. The 0-1 pitch bounces in there. We got a shot at 1 ball and 1 strike.
Both pitchers challenged with the changeup today. Haven't quite hit it. They appreciate the effort as they try to keep the batters off time.
The 1-1 pitch is outside for ball 2.
Talk him out there a little bit. Go. 1-1.
2-1 pitch is swung and missed. Slips by, but it even the count of 2 balls and 2 strikes. We're in the top of the 4th inning. Score tied at 1.
5-2.
The Lightning have had more opportunities to score, but again, the last 2 innings have unfortunately let themselves out of the inning. 2-2 pitch is swung on, hit down the shortstop. And throw across is low, but scooped up, but not retained. Unfortunately, that goes in there on the shortstop. So a runner on board with 2 outs here on what should have been out number 3. And that will bring up Rio Cardoso. Two out air, puts a runner at board for the Lady Gators.
Runner goes to 2.
She'll take out for second and throw is late. And another stolen base for the pinch runner.
Let's go, be ready.
Puts her in scoring position. So really some mental mistakes here and some physical mistakes, unfortunately, for the Lightning. The game is still tied at 1 apiece.
We have yet to see either catcher.
And the pitch is put back through 2 players, and it's going to score another run. That was unfortunate because it hit Rabio's glove, went through her legs, then it went through the shortstop's legs and allowed the run to score.
Rabio looked a little shook up on that play.
Umpire is inferring about something. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, that's Grable, the pitcher. That's a stunt play, yeah.
Oh yeah. Pointed off her left thigh or right thigh, went through her legs, but also rolled back and went through the shortstop's legs. The play still could have been made at first. Now the umpires are coming back to confirm whether or not the run is through return to third base.
She reached first, and then they just
We're talking about kickers and fitness here. Well, that may not count here, Dave. Sometimes conferring.
Interested to see what this call is.
Gabriel seems okay.
They're conferring tournament director.
Well, that's an unusual play because it went off the left inner side. The shortstop still had plenty of time to make the play, but she seemed to be distracted a bit and it rolled under her legs as well, and that was an error, but let's see what the other decision is.
Let's see. One of the spectators talking to the tournament director. So maybe that's what led to the ricochet where the shortstop couldn't make the play, runner's interference potentially, but I would think that would be an out instead of a return to the base. Not sure exactly what the call is here, but
nonetheless, there are runners at first and second. The lead runner did not score, he's back at second base. As she did run in front of the shortstop, so that would have created that situation. So a break early for the Jupiter Lightning here in the top of the fourth inning, but keep in mind the clock continues to tick. Should the Gators be able to score a run here and take the lead, most likely the bottom of the fourth will be the last inning. We'll see what happens here. As we're ready to go.
and good to see that Ainsley able to shake off.
Okay, first pitch, trying to steal third base. The throw down is not in time. And both runners were able to advance there. That's something we talked about earlier, Dave, is that the Lady Gators really are going to want to run, and they have run frequently here. Most important is getting this third out here. As El Perovo is the batter, out of 1 ball and no strikes. There are 2 outs here at the top of the fourth inning.
Gators looking for an opportunity to break this game open.
And this pitch is swung on foul. Got into the ball and a strike. Runner's not important right now. It's getting that all-important third out to get out of the inning. And it was interestingly enough that the first 2 outs, one problem, then the throwing error allowed Bailey Nixon to reach first base. A pinch runner was put in. And the next pitch is up high, so it counted 2 balls and a strike. El Perovo had a single in the second inning and a stolen base. Two balls and a strike, and the next pitch is again fouled off, so guys gave it a 2-2.
I understand.
Top of the fourth inning, deadlocked at 1 since the first inning. And the 2-2 pitch is swung on and it fouled down the third base line.
Real batters, pitchers duel right here.
Grado definitely protecting the plate with those 2 strikes.
That's new right there!
For all intents and purposes, though, the Lightning should have been out of the inning about 5 minutes ago. 2-2 offering by Graybill is swung on and foul behind us without a play. I was hoping we had a play behind us because otherwise that would be around the field. 2 balls and 2 strikes here in the top of the fourth inning. A 1-1 ball game. Graybill set to work. And the 2-2 pitch is swung on, hit down, slowly to third. The throw across the diamond is in time to get out number 3. So,
Great job, girls!
The Jupiter Lightning
Did we get that foul ball?
Yeah, he went to a run
get out of the inning unscathed, Dave, which didn't look likely a few moments ago. And in the inning, no runs, no hits, 1 error, and 2 runners left off. We played 3.5.
The Lightning definitely dodging a bullet. Both teams not bowing to the pressure, even with runners on scoring position, even close to third base. But managing with 2 outs to always grab that last one. Other than at the beginning of the game, which...
So the time becoming a factor, but all important, 1 run could be the difference here, of course, in winning or losing this opening game. And unfortunately for the Lightning, again, those last 2 innings, they ran themselves out of the innings, and those could have developed into some scoring opportunities for them.
Be curious to see if they dial back or if they still stay aggressive on these base paths. So we're finding out now that call from earlier wound up being catcher's interference, which actually worked out in favor of the Lightning, preventing that run from coming across. That's why the batter advanced to first base. It was a dead play. It was a dead ball. As soon as the catcher's glove was hit, even though the ball was hit and put into play, the play was immediately dead because the bat hit the catcher's glove. So what would normally be a bad thing actually winds up being a good thing for the Lightning. Interesting how things play out, huh, Dave?
Quite interesting, Dave. So, a good break there. And we're ready to go in the bottom of the 4th inning. And Abel Fitzgerald will lead things off. He had a base hit in the 1st inning, and the only RBI so far.
So we got about 15 minutes left in this game.
So in the bottom of the 4th inning, the Lightning will certainly have their opportunities in all 3 innings. But, base running blunders, if you will, in the 2nd and especially the 3rd inning. The 2 outs were recorded at third base to end the inning. First pitch is outside for ball 1. Rabio and Perotto have gone the entire way to the respective teams on the mound. And the winner pitch is swung on upon the short left field. It goes past the shortstop. Looks like she had a feed on the ball, but it fell right behind her and drops in for a second base hit for Fitzgerald. So she has 2 singles in the contest. Most importantly, the leadoff runner on board. I think he might be sacrificing getting over.
Kelly Hirsch, number 7, coming up to bat.
Here it is. Buntsman fouls it back into the straight. This is the key thing, too, Dave. When it's late in a ball game like this, you need to really, when you think of fundamentals, you need to get the bunt down. Don't have to keep it. Certainly advance the runner.
Absolutely, but can't cut short Billy Nixon's arm. Potentially pick that up and gun it to 2. Anything possible here. Runner goes.
The throw down to second base is not a time Rosa into short center field. No further advance, but well, the runner is now in transition, and it's a ball and a strike. Looked like she took a little something like that, thinking maybe they would be bunting, but they weren't. So we go with another stolen base.
Yeah, when that ball comes in slow, it definitely puts the catcher at a detriment.
Just missed. That one got a piece of it, and it counts 1 ball and 2 strikes. Go ahead, run is at second base. With no outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning, we're tied at 1. Perotto checks, ready to go with a 1-2 pitch. He's up high for ball 2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. team has had a few twists and turns so far.
There has been no lack of action or excitement in this game.
2-2 pitch bounces behind to the backstop, and Matt's going to advance around to third base. So now Fitzgerald can score on a pass ball or a base hit. Well, the goal is a pass ball. So runner at third with no outs here, Dave, in the bottom of the fourth inning. And Haley Hirsch a chance to put her team on top. 2-2 pitch is swung on the infield. And, second baseman called off the shortstop and knocked her over in the process. So she couldn't get it out of the infield. Unfortunately, that'll be out number one. Let's go, soy sauce!
Stacy!
Forrest Clement will be the batter. Popped out to center field in the first inning. Running back here, but a chance to put her team in the lead. First pitch is outside corner for strike one.
So we're looking to lay down that bunt, make that sacrifice, get the run in.
No balls, one strike. And the next pitch is way up high. Union count at 1-1. But the backstop being so close to home plate, very difficult to score on a pass ball unless it really rolls away from the catcher.
Which we saw earlier in the game, that ball that ricocheted and went all the way down first baseline.
1-1 pitch is up high again for ball two. So 2 balls, 1 strike.
So you never know, but definitely pressure on the catcher to keep those balls from getting by.
2-1 here in the bottom of the County is 2 balls, 2 strikes. The excitement kind of building here as the latter stage of this game. Bottom of the fourth inning, we're tied at 1 for quite some time. 2-2 pitches up high for ball 3.
You got this side!
So are new to the team this season.
3 balls and 2 strikes.
But a veteran player.
Big pitch here, the 3-2 pitch. Outside the ball 4. So good eye there.
Let's see what happens here if they hold her at 1. Yeah.
So she draws the walk. Now this does set up something interesting because of course, should they have her attempt to steal second base and the throw goes through, they could have a double steal for that.
Yeah, if that throw goes down to 2, I guarantee you.
3 minutes to go. So this
Oh, it looks
3
like,
minutes. I mean, this will be the last half of the inning, right, Dave?
yeah, sounds like it potentially went off. Did the timer went off already?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. So I guess they started the timer at the plate meeting. So unaccounted for minutes. So this is it. If they can get this run across, it's going to be the winning run. So winning run at 3.
What I would actually do is send the runner, but have the runner stop halfway between first and second.
Sure.
See what happens here. 1 out. Runner first and second. They hit the right field.
That's going to do it.
Come in.
And that,
Gerald will score. And it's a 2-1 lead, and that's the ball game.
that's the ball game.
So just like that, a solid base hit to right field to end the game. And the Jupiter Lightning win their first game of today. They scored 2-1. They finished with 2 runs on 3 hits, and the Lady Gators with 1 run on 3 hits. And we're back at 12:15 for game number 2, Dave.
It was a great way to start the day for the Lightning, and actually for both teams, a solid performance. Neither team should hang their head low. Again, just seeding games. They may see each other later in through the rounds. And in good sportsmanship, both teams meeting, shaking hands, and coming over. Here comes the Lightning.
One interesting thing we should talk about is
Lightning thanking the umpire.
that catcher's interference, because that really turned the tide of the game. Otherwise, it would have been a different situation. But again, the Jupiter Lightning get off to a good start this morning with a 2-1 victory over the Lady Gators.
All right, everybody. Thank you so very much for tuning into the Florida Softball Network here. This is Dave Hirsch.
And Dave Peterson, thanks for listening. We'll see you back here at 12:15 for game number 2.